Within this lesson, we're going to briefly talk about what PHP is and how it works. So PHP is a server-side scripting language. And if you want to type out the file name, you can see that the extension on the file name is PHP. So we're just using index, so it works the same way as if you're using index for HTML, where this becomes the root. So again, once again, depending on how the server is set up, but most servers do set up that index is the initial page that it launches off, so you don't actually need this to write out the file, because it will initially launch over to index. If you've got other files that you're working with, you do have to specify them with the PHP extension. And with PHP, by default, you're not going to actually see any kind of code written out unless you're specifying within the server code to construct output. So by default, PHP is running on the server end, and you're not actually going to see any of the code that's actually functioning unless you do echo that out, or if you do output it onto the screen. This is different from HTML code, where if you do have HTML code, it automatically gets displayed out within the source code. And the same thing with JavaScript. If you do have any JavaScript within your coding, you can see that when you do look at the source, it does get output, whereas the PHP is going to be hidden. As it's a constructor language, that's going to be constructing the content that you can output within HTML or outputting within the browser window. The idea of PHP code is that you've got coding, and the server will construct the page that's going to be output for the browser. And this gives you a whole bunch of ability and flexibility on what you can do on the server end for output for the user that's coming in to view the page. In the later lessons, we're going to be getting into all the great things that you can do with PHP.